Hello everyone, this is Chris from craftingwithchris.org, and I have decided I'm going to try and do a tutorial today. Now it's the first one I've ever done. I don't know how to speed my camera up. I don't know how to pause my camera, so you're going to get it straight through without any pauses or anything. I have tried to prepare everything ahead of time so that I can just keep right along moving. And what I have decided to do today is, this is my inspiration here. This beautiful rose, which is growing in my front yard. And it's pink and yellow, and to me it's just gorgeous. And this was my first try at making it. So I thought it came out pretty good. So what you're going to need, and remember a week or so ago, I bought these rose petals at a thrift store. And I said I was going to color them and try and make a flower with them. And this was my end result. So I was pretty pleased with that. This bag was 99 cents from the thrift store. They can be found in most bridal sections of craft stores. You'll also need, I punched a 1.5 inch card for the base. You'll need 5 flowers for the first row, 4 for the second, 3 for the third, and 3 for the center. So on the first row, you take a petal like this. See which way it's curling. I take my pink ink and color around the edges. I don't worry about it being solid or completely covered because there is some white in the original rose as well. Then I take my yellow and work the center, and then I work up so that it kind of blends them together like that. So there's my first rose petal. Then I take my scissors, cut a little snip in the bottom, put a little hot glue on it, and fold it over, just like everybody else on the internet makes a flower petal. And I've got all 5 of those done. So then I take the petal, put a little glue down the center, and place it to the center of my circle. Then you continue on around, overlapping. And on the 5th one, got to overlap this one. On the 5th one, it goes over that one and under the first one. So there you have your first row. The second row, I take the petal and I cut off on the point at the bottom here. I cut off just a small amount, just that amount. Sorry. Again, you're going to slice this row up a little bit from the bottom. And give them some shape. By cutting off that little bit, it makes the flowers, makes the petals be just a tad bit smaller. Not enough to really notice, but it does help to create the proper shape and not look like it's getting bigger up front. 4 of the petals go on that row, and again the last one goes on top of the last one you did and on the bottom of the first one you did. So this is what we have again so far. On the next row, you're going to have 3 petals, and you're going to cut off just a tad bit more, about double what you cut off the first time. Oops, boy did I just goof. I just rubbed the sponge in the wrong color. I'll grab another sponge here. Don't think it's gonna matter. Oh, and then you glue it. Cut it up the center and glue it. And you proceed with your next row as you did with the others. As you can see, the petals are getting a little bit smaller, so they're fitting down inside. Now on the last row, the center, you're going to cut the petals in half so that you cut off the whole bottom tip. This will allow it to stand up straight but still be down inside the flower. Then you're going to snip just a little bit on this one, and you're going to do the same thing as you've done with the others so that it's curved. Now you're going to take these 3 petals and you're going to glue them end to end. like so. And then I put a little dab of glue at the end and I start rolling. Now I'm just rolling very loosely. The first one I roll in thirds, so I roll it several times. And I'm just putting little dabs of glue just to hold them. Now this one, we're going to put a dab of glue at the center and at the start of the next petal. And that's the only two places you're going to glue that one down, because you want it loose. And again, you're going to glue at the center and at the end and wrap it around. And you'll end up with something like this. Then you put some glue in the center of your flower. You might want to be generous with it because it's only going to catch the very edges of these petals. And you press it down in so that it opens just a little bit more. And there you have your flower. Didn't those turn out pretty? So there you go. That's how I made my flowers out of the white petals. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was fairly clear for you. And it was all in focus. So thank you very much for joining me.